Boris Johnson exposes Ursula von der Leyen's lies, Michel Barnier begs the EU27 to compromise on Brexit, and a pro-lockdown MP breaks the rules himself. Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. We have hours to go apparently to find out if we're going to have a Brexit trade deal. So by the time of me posting this, I hope by the time you're watching this, nothing's actually changed, because otherwise the whole update would be completely different. But let's just talk about what's been happening over the past 12 hours during this saga, because the European Union side, Michel Barnier's team, are coming out to essentially lie, keep saying that progress has been made, everything's perfect, we just need to fix a couple of stuff. And then Downing Street to come out to actually expose them and say, nope, everything's blocked. In Times, we have Michel Barnier warning the EU27. He talked to the MEPs in the European Parliament to say that we only have a few hours left and we have to compromise on a number of issues, including fisheries. The fishery issue is the one thing that Michel Barnier himself has given up on. He's realised that the UK won't really change their mind. But again, he has to convince Macron and other countries who care about the fishing industry. So the whole issue that we have is that he has obviously told the European Parliament that we only have a few hours left, moment of truth, and the thing is, if you want to sign a deal, you have to do it soon, because you get, as Bob said in the last few days, you need to get it ratified. But the plan that they now have, both sides, is to, if there's going to be a deal, then they're going to send it to the UK Parliament on the 30th of December, one day to scrutinise and debate and vote on it, and then they do the same thing on the European Union side. Not enough time, but at this point, he's talking about how there is a chance of getting an agreement, but the path is very narrow. Now, the problem that we have is that the European Union are briefing the media differently, saying that, oh, things are quite difficult, but progress is being made. The UK government and Lord Frost is saying, well, I don't understand what he's talking about, because there's absolutely no progress. They haven't changed their mind. We know what our red lines are. And today in this video, I'm going to talk to you about one specific demand, which is the most idiotic thing. And no, it's not just fisheries. It's not just level playing field. A number of issues. Well, it's part of level playing field. And so basically, if you look at what they actually want on the UK waters, Mr. Barnier is demanding an 8-year transition with fishing quotas, allowing the European fishing fleet to take the lion's share of the catch, remaining more or less unchanged. So 8 years, the European Union side will have access to the UK waters without any say. But the biggest issue is not just even that, because that's quite drastic, 8 years. It's the second paragraph in the Times, which is Boris Johnson has called on the European Union last night to drop its demands to allow Brussels to subsidise their industries across Europe while denying the UK the same rights. Mr. Barnier has called for Brussels aid to be exempt from any future subsidy control regime as part of the Brexit deal. Okay, for those of you who haven't been familiar with the way the state aid rules work, the European Union are a protectionist bloc, and they're neither socialist nor capitalist. It's something in between a crony corporatist capitalist system, but controlled by a very centralized machine, which is almost socialist. They have a lot of regulations, tell people what to do and how to live their lives, but they won't allow countries to subsidize or bail out their industries randomly, because that means that competition will not be fair. But in reality, they've been doing it themselves for a long time. We've had manufacturers in Germany who've been bailed out and been subsidized by the German government, but nobody actually cared or said anything. Now they're saying, because of the current situation, the economic crisis, the European Union should be allowed. All the countries, Italy, Spain, France, Germany, should be allowed to do whatever they want, subsidize, bail out their industries. But the UK won't be able to do it if there's going to be a deal, because otherwise that's not fair competition. That makes no sense. I'm not in favor of subsidies or state aid or bailing out anything or nationalizing industries, but you can't just do this. Why should we be ruled by another body in Europe, in Brussels, when we're supposed to be an independent, sovereign country? And that's the biggest issue that we have, because This is all because of this 750 billion euro recovery budget that they have to borrow a lot of money, raise taxes across Europe, and then get all the poorer countries to pay for it to be able to spend a lot of money right now because their economies are not doing well. And now these payments will be used to directly support many industries in countries that are significant rivals with the UK, such as France, Italy, and Spain. While similar forms of government aid to industry would be subjected to subsidy control scrutiny, the EU payments in the next. This is the European Union that we're dealing with. On the one hand, they don't understand that this is not how you negotiate. If they keep saying that we're still friends, the UK and the rest of Europe are still friends, but then they also want to punish us, and that's the biggest problem I have because. So they're saying that the UK government have clarified that if there's going to be no deal Brexit, which is highly likely at this point, then the European Union always thought or expect the UK to come back in January to renegotiate, to start negotiations again, to see if we could find something. But the Prime Minister's office have now said, according to Downing Street, that the PM has always been the loudest voice in the room on this. And he said, we will not come back in January. We'll just trade on WTO terms, or as they say, Australian-style WTO terms, which, that we have mini deals, kind of like Australia already with the European Union, but overall trade will be on a no-deal scenario, basically. And because the European Union have said themselves that they want to be able to punish us if we block their fishing fleet, for example, if we decide to use state aid for our industries, they want to be able to have the power to put sanctions on us. Sanctions, as if we're North Korea or Iran. This is not how two friendly partners, get around the table and actually sign trade deals. This is embarrassing stuff because Ursula von der Leyen has come out. This is the point where they lied. So they say that we welcome substantial progress on many issues. Oh, yet big differences remain, obviously. But she keeps releasing statements saying that progress is being made, everything's fine. We just need to kind of fix a couple of points. The Downing Street team sent a massive statement saying that the Prime Minister spoke to the Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and saying that negotiations were now in a serious situation. Time was very short, and it now looked very likely that agreement would not be reached unless the EU position changed substantially. That's one. But also going back to what Ursula von der Leyen said, they're naming this potential deal. They're going to call it a comprehensive partnership agreement. You know what that means. We know what they want to do. Comprehensive partnership. They want to keep us as a member without being a member. And David Frost also came out to tweet that the situation in our talks with the European Union is very serious tonight. Progress seems blocked and time is running out. What happened to serious, the whole situation of progress being made? So Downing Street communication team are very smart this week. They are coming out to counter any argument that the European Union keep briefing the press with the lies and empty promises that everything's actually going to be fine. And we have to wait and see how it goes. But if you're watching it and if you're a Remainer, don't worry, because the Remain side are coming out and they're going to save the situation. Lord Adonis is back. He's tweeted, it is obvious that the best policy for Britain today would be to rejoin the European Union. I'm not really sure how to react to this. Why? What? 8:44 a.m. He tweeted this in the morning. Finished his breakfast, started reading his newspapers, and thought, how do we fix this Brexit trade talks deadlock? Let's rejoin the European Union. Okay, Andrew. Now, speaking of Remainers, most of you know who Tobias Ellwood is, one of the Tory MPs, pro-lockdown MP, Remainer, who has come out in Parliament to say that because Boris Johnson wants to relax the rules for Christmas, the lockdown rules, so people can see their families, he's now said that Boris Johnson should not do that. He should just have a lockdown for Christmas.
My concern is letting down our guard for 5 days during Christmas could be very dangerous indeed. Could I ask the Secretary of State to review those conditions, which I think were put together some time ago, come back to the House and present an updated version so we don't begin the new year with a third wave?
Okay, that's an interesting proposal. Fair. But this is the same Tobias Ellwood, who, a couple of months ago, when the Marxists were out on the streets attacking our statues, he came out and tweeted to see moving to see this powerful and peaceful demonstration of solidarity supporting BLM outside Westminster, largely peaceful. Scenes like this are happening across the world. Politicians must listen, yeah, across the world, especially in Palestine and Iran, right? And China. He wants to have lockdown. This was the same guy who supported mass gatherings at the heart of the first wave, or whatever you want to call it, whatever it was. But also, this is the same guy. Maybe it was, a different time. He's realized that that was a bad decision. He's now grown up. He wants to be more cautious. Nope. He just attended a Christmas party with 27 guests. He's an MP. He is in charge of being able to legislate for the rest of the country. He's able to tell you what to do and how to live your lives. He wants to cancel Christmas. He supports BLM. He supports, I don't know what else he supports, but he supports hypocrisy, basically, because he himself has now attended the Christmas party, which he now says, even though it was a members club, it was like very posh, they have like dinner and drinks. It was a business gathering. I don't think you can just use random loopholes when there's like the 27 people in the room. And obviously there were also people who were working in the building, so definitely more than 27. So you probably had about 40, 50 people in the room. So just wanted to expose this guy because, again, I don't really care about it. Like, you just use your common sense when it comes to these sort of things, what we're going through. But and these lockdown policies are idiotic. The tier system, idiotic. What they wanted to do for Christmas in Wales, post-Christmas lockdown, idiotic. But when someone is preaching every day, goes to Parliament to say those things, and then breaks the rules himself, no, I'm going to expose you. So, we expose the European Union lying, Tobias Ellwood, and Lord Adonis. Yeah. If you forgot who he is, just Google him, or not. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tousi, and I'll see you guys in the next video.